Or actually,
All right, so welcome back to the 7 Ways to Wealth membership. It is Wealth Wednesday, and we are having another masterclass. Today's guest speaker is Bruce Hill. So Bruce Hill is actually my accountability partner. I met him last year at the Formula Conference, and he is an expert in his field. He is an expert in sales skills. He teaches people new skills so that you could be a new you. And he teaches you how to ask for the money so that you don't seem so salesy. So Bruce, do you want to get started or we can just dive in real quick?
you know I'm ready to rock and roll.
Okay,
How long do I got? Do I have 30 or 60?
No, you have 30 minutes, but
Okay.
First, what I want to do with my community that I always do, you know, that me and you do is ask for the wins.
Yep.
So I want to know, what are your wins for this week? And I will definitely go first, as I usually do. So my win for the week is on Sunday, I had a speaking event, and it was phenomenal. And it was actually a nonprofit charity organization. So all of the proceeds for that event went to mental health, because it's Mental Health Awareness Month. So it was an absolute privilege to speak at that event along other people that, you know, are experts in their field, in entrepreneurship, in mental health and physical fitness and stuff. So the event, it went really well, and it actually put me in a position where I was networking with a bunch of industry experts. And so those individuals are going to come on and they're going to do master classes. One of the individuals, I'll just give him a shout out. His name is Marcus Major, and he has worked with Snoop Dogg, Busta Rhymes, and a lot of heavy hitters in the industry. So he's going to be coming on in a couple of weeks. I think he said June 15th, just to pour into the community and tell you guys everything he knows about entrepreneurship, about branding. So that is going to be a good opportunity. So networking events, guys, networking events, you have to get into the room. You have to be able to network with other people. You have to leverage yourself and put yourself in a position to where, you know, where you can partner with these people and leverage them as well. So that is my win for the week. It actually put me in a position to where I was asked to do another speaking engagement in the future. So that's actually going to be next month, in June 24th. So I'm excited about that, and I will definitely send you guys the details. So that is my win for the week. Who wants to go next?
You know, I got hella wins, but let me hear from, let me see here. We got Diana, Naquat, Macrina, Marie. Let's see who else in here. Raquel, what's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? Let's talk wins. Talk cash to me. We bragging here. We bragging here, and we're gonna clap. There's no haters in here. We will block you expeditiously. Somebody talk cash to me.
Okay, Diana. Yeah.
Hey,
Diana, go ahead.
Hi.
And Marie, we got you next.
Yeah, so I applied for the pledge loan, Navy Federal, so I'm waiting for approval. Yay.
Action taker.
All
I
right.
like it.
Congrats. Congratulations, Diana.
Yes, I did that Monday, so.
We love that. Definitely. That's amazing. That's amazing. You just learned that information last Wednesday in our last master class, and you implemented it, took action right away, and now you're waiting for your approval. So that's phenomenal, and we applaud you, Diana.
Thank you. Yes, thanks. That's
You're
it.
welcome. Who's next?
Come on.
Go while traffic is holding up.
Where's Marie? She was next, huh?
Oh, well,
Okay, go ahead, Marie.
Okay, Marie, then Kayla. I saw Marie come off a mute.
Marie, you there?
You know, I see you coming off a mute, but we cannot hear you.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
There it is. There she
Yes.
is. Okay.
Wait, can y'all hear me?
Yes. Can you
Yes.
hear us?
Okay, no,
Go ahead.
my bad. I had you guys on my speaker. Okay, wait, I missed what's the intro supposed to be?
What's the wins? Brag. We want you to brag.
Okay, so I contacted my business solution center and I got more information about the pledge and the secure loan as well. I mean the personal secure loan. I'm gonna do it as soon as I figure out what I'm gonna do with the funds because I don't want to take out the loan and then now I'm just sitting with money that I gotta pay on.
Okay. Christina, may I?
Yes, go for it. I know what you're about to say.
Okay, so success loves speed. All right.
Okay.
Money isn't like fruit. You buy some bananas, some oranges, they're gonna spoil. Money
Right.
ain't gonna go nowhere. Let it sit there. And here's the thing. Your creative minds, anybody read Think and Grow Rich? Your creative mind is like, man, I got all this money. What do I do with it? And it's gonna stimulate your creativity. Challenge
Can
you.
somebody mute their background because they interfering with you?
Christina, you want to make me co-host? I can help with the mute ministry. So, okay, thank you. So, Marie, success loves speeds. I encourage you to take it out today and figure it out tomorrow. Because here's the great thing about money: it's not going to spoil. It's not fruit, right? It's not groceries. You can let it sit in the bank account till you figure it out. But having money in your account, you're going to stimulate your creativity. Say, man, how can I make this money multiply? That's the question you want to ask when you go to sleep. When you wake up in the morning, while you brush your teeth, or your lunch, man, how can I make this money multiply?
Right.
And it's easier to imagine making money multiply when you have money. It's possible when you're at zero, but man, I tell you, it's easier when you have money. Go ahead and apply, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna take the plunge. All right.
Talk to me nice. Somebody talk to me nice. Y'all ain't did nothing for a whole week. Come on.
What's up?
Well, I've been traveling, so my cousin had it. So some black love is in the air. My cousin got married.
Beautiful.
That's about it. Traveling.
Okay. Safe travels, and I hope you made it back safely wherever you call home. Kayla, go ahead.
Traveling is amazing. Kudos to that.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Kayla.
Okay, so this week has been actually like it's full of knowledge. So I'm right. Industries, I guess you'll say, healthcare as well as real estate. As far as the houses, the duplex is concerned, appraisal is about to happen, signed a bunch of paperwork, and that's in motion. As far as the nursing aspect, my conference wrapped today, and I did network and link up with another speaker who spoke at the conference. She had 2 sessions, and she said she's going to bring me on to speak with her at the next conference in Philly next year. So I love challenging and pushing the envelope when it comes down to culture, ethnicities, and the disparities that we see, especially with Black and Brown people in healthcare. And I like pushing those buttons, so I get to explore that part of my profession in the future.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Do you have a signed agreement?
One more time?
Do you have a signed agreement?
For the talk for next year?
Yes, ma'am.
No, we just exchanged emails like today. So she had 2 lectures, then I called her at the tail end of the lecture and got her information. She gave me her personal email, not the one that's advertised on the website. And I'm going to shoot her an email. And also, she's from Baton Rouge, and her other co-speakers, we both graduated from the same university. So I have everyone contact him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I came up in Shreveport. I know where that is.
Not Coal City. Okay.
Yeah, right there next to Barksdale Air Force Base. Yes, ma'am.
I went to school in Monroe as well.
Oh, I know where that is. I know where that is.
Monroe. But graduated from Southern University.
Here's your homework
in
assignment.
Baton Rouge.
You can Google it, or you can the Black Speakers Network has some great resources. It's $35 a month. I am a member. And make sure she has a contract. Whether or not she pays you, I say she should pay you. But it's a great opportunity.
It's not a payment thing. It's nursing, so it's definitely on volunteer basis.
Okay, I still want a contract. So that's your homework. That's your assignment. Say, hey, listen, I want to put this on my calendar. I'm excited for the opportunity. I sent you an agreement. Will you do me a favor? Just sign that. So everything is official. And I want you to get used to that. And I want you to get used to people paying you too. I'm okay for working for free if the opportunity makes sense. But I like working for money.
I work for money, but the growth and the networking and the opportunity, it kind of put me in different spaces. So that's kind of where I'm leaning with this, because this was my first conference. And fortunately and unfortunately, like there's over 10,000 nurses that are there. But unfortunately, if you're not like I consider myself to be a engaging person, and I think I will give a good lecture or talk. But if your lecture is boring, they not go come to it.
Oh,
And it's the truth. And most of the time, and this was the emptiest lecture that I attended while being there. So this will be something to get my feet wet, but also to see if I can make it grow for future conferences. Because I mean, you remember the lecturers, they come back every year, then next thing you know, you have this following.
yeah. You know what? I did a class last week on effective presentations. So I'm gonna, with Christina's permission, I'll make sure y'all got that link.
Can I
Let's
Yeah.
get
ask
some
a
more
question?
wins. Thank you for sharing, Kayla. Cheers
Thank
to your
you.
success. Let's get some more wins.
I'm sorry. Can I just ask a quick question? How do you effectively, I don't even want to say effectively, but you know how like people will ask you to do things and you don't hear but I'm gonna pay you. How do you intro that?
Okay, we'll answer that question during the presentation.
Okay.
Great question, Marie. Great question, Marie. How do you ask for the money? I love it. Let's get some more wins.
I'll go.
Hi, everyone. Oh, wait. Did someone say something?
Let me get Melanie and then Aqua.
Okay.
All right. So my win for this week, well, I have two. So I'm working on my DIY course, and credit repair course, and I recorded my first set of content
Action.
for that.
I like action. Hold on. I'm interrupting. People say, "Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt." No, I mean to interrupt you. Did you post that video?
Not yet.
Then what did you record it for?
It's for the course. So I'm putting the course together. So
Okay, go ahead.
Tell me what I need to do with it. Tell me what. All right. My second win is I have been posting more on my personal and business pages for the past week, and I have gotten two persons reaching out to me.
Good.
Interested in my service. So
pause right there. You see what happens when activity drives results.
Right.
Activity drives results. No one can buy from you. No one can work with you if they don't know who you are. She said, I posted more. I got results. Go ahead.
Yeah. So those are my two wins for this week.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Love it.
When's, you know what I'm going to ask Christina. When are you releasing the course?
Tentative June 2nd.
I don't know. Stop. I don't want to hear tentative. When are you releasing the course?
June 2nd.
I like it.
Congrats.
Y'all go get this
That's right
smoke.
around the corner.
Y'all go get this smoke. Okay, Naquan, go ahead.
Right, Christina?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. My name is Naquay.
Naquay, pleasure
Hi,
to meet you.
Naquay. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Good.
Great. So I'm a virtual assistant. So my two wins for the week are, so one, I scheduled my first interview to bring on my first team member for Friday. And my second win is that I had an additional person sign up for my waiting list.
Love it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is amazing. Building a
activity.
team. Love it.
Thank you.
Win.
I know this guy. What's up,
Hey,
boss?
what's up, guys? I don't know why my background is all messed up like that, but let me fix this real quick. All right, just a quick win. We are launching our software company. So this is a great win for us right now. We are enjoying time learning about the software. I'm actually at the park with the kids right now. Okay, no background, my bad. Hello, everyone. My name is Dimitri. We haven't got the chance to meet. Look at this pretty little girl right there. What are you doing, Camilla? Great. All right, I'm gonna let y'all keep going. I'm just listening. Enjoy.
Thanks, boss. Always good to hear from you. All right, let's get Christina. Can we get one more?
Good hearing from you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got Naquay. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Ronald, Taniqua, Amber. Let's get some wins. Let's get some wins. No, all right. I'll share some wins. I had a chance. Friday, I taught a class on effective communication. Saturday, I got some training. Right, I'm always listening. Don't get a coach that don't have a coach. I got some training on being a more effective coach. Sunday, I was able to deliver some training on the DISC profile, on personality profiles. Monday, I was able to deliver some training to an outstanding personal trainer and helping her with her sales process. So every single day of the week, I'm adding value. All right, Bruce, you can't work all the time. Why not? I love what I do, and people need help all the time. So those are my wins, man. I'm so excited. And then one of my clients, I do high ticket closings. One of my favorite clients, we helped her do 15,000 in revenue last month. Easy, less than 10 hours a week. And I love that. I'm gonna teach you all how we do that because I want y'all to increase. So man, and I've got more. We got the car coming back on Turo, just passed inspection. I've got more wins every single week. I want y'all to win. Give me some more wins. Give me one more. I need one more person to give me some wins, and I'm about to
Love it, love it, love it, Bruce. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Closing high tickets. Oh my gosh, that's a big accomplishment. I love it. Who else? Who else we have? We got Rashad. Hi, Rashad. You got any wins for this week? Hi, Ron. You got any wins?
Oh, hello. Nah, I'm just building right now. I'm just holding. It ain't everything. I'm just holding what I got.
Okay, that sounds good. So anything, any activity?
No more.
No. You probably don't remember, but you got to celebrate the small wins. So whatever it is. I know you closed on a house the other day, right?
Yeah, that's all I say. I'm just holding. I'm waiting on everything to finish. It ain't finished yet, though.
But congratulations on that. Congratulations on that investment property that you got.
I appreciate you. You know, it's always a blessing, man. I appreciate it.
Yes. Love it, love it, love it, Ron. Keep up the good work.
Okay, here we go. Amber J said, just put that on my story. Guys, celebrate the small wins. That's so huge. I think a lot of times we hear wins and they got to be $1 million deals. They got to be international vacations. And progress is progress. And we celebrate that. We want people that are progressing one step, $1. Like we're going to clap for you here. That's why I'm here, y'all. She wouldn't have brought me here if I wasn't going to clap for you.
Exactly.
Oh, while I'm
proud of
on here
y'all.
with Christina.
Oh, that sounds
Real
like Amber.
quick.
Is that Amber?
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, what's up,
Hey,
Creator?
Amber.
Miss
while
Make It
I'm-
Happen in the building.
What's going on? So let me get my Miss Make It Happen. One of them. I'm gonna save a couple
Okay,
of
keep
them
it
for
short because
tomorrow.
you got a lot of wins.
Yeah,
Keep it
I'm
short.
gonna keep it.
You
I'm gonna
got
keep
a
it
lot
short.
of wins.
I'm only gonna give one for this one, and this
Okay,
because
what you got?
this is because this is Christina's platform, and this is how I got it last week. I just did the play for the pledge loan with Navy Federal. It went through. All of that got done today, so that's the play I
Let's
got from this
go.
last week.
Woo, I gotta clap. I gotta clap. I gotta clap.
Hey.
Congratulations.
That is amazing. Look, Ron jumping in because he's so excited. Okay.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh my God, Amber. I am so happy for you, girl. Run that play.
Run the play.
Yes, I said I had to get on and say something, and just because this is where I got it from last week. So
Man,
I
look.
appreciate it, Christina. I'm glad I jumped in this Zoom last week.
Yes, it's all about growth, girl, and you getting it. I love it.
Man, listen,
That's
y'all,
amazing.
I promise you, whatever y'all paying, y'all not paying enough. I promise you. I promise you. Listen. Actually, I'm gonna talk cash. My consultation started at 1,000. She adds so much value to your lives. All you gotta do is copy her. We always got in trouble in school, right? Oh, don't copy. Keep your eyes on your work. In business and life, you copy success. Success leaves clues. There's 3 people already that run the play and got results. And now one person, I ain't gonna say no names, but she knows who she is. Stop thinking about it and run the play. Run the play. All right, I'm done. I'm just getting started.
No, I know we're gonna hear from her next week. She's gonna be like, win, 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 win. Ran the play.
Listen, I ain't gonna fuck around. I'm gonna apply for it tomorrow.
There she go. Okay. All right, Marie.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. All right. Did we get all the wins?
Yeah, we got all the wins. So anyways, let me reintroduce you. So we are going to get started with this masterclass. Our guest speaker is Bruce Hill, which is my accountability partner. I met him last year at the Formula Conference. If you don't have an accountability partner, you need to get an accountability partner. And in this membership, everyone who is a part of this membership, all the members, they can be your accountability partner because they are growing, they're entrepreneurs, they're investors, they're aspiring, and they can hold you accountable on the things that you need. So Bruce has been my accountability partner for, we about to go on 12 months, Bruce. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
That's like, what?
Oh,
That's
wow.
like, I
You're
know,
right?
right? So I'm super excited and grateful for him because he has put a lot of fire on my ass to do some of the things that I've been doing, like launching my digital products, launching this membership. So you need someone by your side, and he is an expert in his field. He is a sales expert. He has a brand called New Skills, New You, where he teaches you sales skill and how to ask for the money without being so salesy, without being hesitant, without being, having that fear that's holding you back. Okay. Because we all need sales skills. We are all entrepreneurs. We have products, we have services. So he is going to pour into us today. Thank you so much for agreeing to come and do this masterclass for the 7 Ways to Wealth community. Bruce, take it away.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to serve. Man, it's Bruce Hill, New Skills, New You. The mantra, the philosophy, the principle is so simple, but it's so powerful. One new skill will change your life. One new skill will change your life. And that has transformed how I live and operate. Y'all about to get all the smoke. One new skill will change your life. So here's what we're going to do today. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you a little about who I am, what I do, and why I do it. And then I'm going to teach you how to hear yes more often. All right. I'm going to teach you how to hear yes. Who likes to hear yes? Now, I got some people that are driving, and that's okay. If you're not driving, please, hey, both hands on the wheel, keep your eyes on the road. Just listen, tap in. If you're not driving, but you say, you know what, Bruce, I would love to hear yes more often, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. We're going to get up to 8 before we get done. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to hear yes more often. All right, cool. Because some people, I don't know about you, I don't want to hear no. I don't want to hear no. I want to hear yes. So check this out. Let's go back to the beginning. I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's where I came up. Lil Wayne have a song, one of his best mixtapes. I grew up a screw up. And I used to drink way too much, way too often. Stay with me. And one of those nights when we were drinking way too much, way often, I was telling a story. And during the story, they said, Bruce, you're hilarious, right? Nick Cannon is hilarious. They said, Bruce, you're hilarious. You should do stand-up. I'm going somewhere with this. Stay with me. I said, you know what? You're right. And I committed, if you're in front of your laptop, if you're on a computer, in front of your iPad, write down committed. I committed to doing stand-up for 1 year. I said, at least once a month for 1 year, I'm going to do stand-up. I'm going to get in front of a microphone, get in front of the audience and tell jokes. And I'll tell you what, if you're afraid of rejection, man, comedy is not for you. Ooh-wee. And that was okay. And don't Google me. You're not going to find nothing. This was before Instagram. This was before TikTok. Thank goodness. Thank God. But it taught me a very valuable lesson. Whether people like you, love you, or hate you, you're going to be okay. Whether people like you, love you, or hate you, you're gonna be okay. And sometimes people laugh. I had some really good sets. And some people stared. I had some really bad sets. Nobody booed. But I realized that I would survive. I didn't die. Anybody seen that meme? Right? But did you die? So that was a very valuable lesson I learned. So why is this important? Bruce, why are you telling us about stand-up? Why are you telling us about comedy? I know that as you grow your business, as you grow personally, as you grow professionally, not everyone is going to tell you yes, and that's okay. Not everyone's going to tell you yes, and that's okay. But I'm going to help you hear yes more often. I'm going to give you the formula. Let me pause real quick. Christina, do me a favor. If you click over on my name, it should let you highlight the speaker, or spotlight, I think it's called. That's going to look better for the recording when anyone who's driving can come back to this. Thank you. There it is. There it is. Thank you so much. So let me keep going. Let me keep rocking and rolling. Why is this significant? I don't want any of you to go do stand-up. Please don't do it. I don't want any of you to go do improv. Please don't do it. I did the bumps and the bruises. I made the mistakes so you don't have to. Here's what I learned. Here's what I learned from stand-up. I'm going to share with you so you can get there a little faster, so you can get there a little more smoothly. The more times you practice, the better you get. You don't get better and then practice. The more times you practice, the better you get. So whatever your business is, if you have a cleaning business, do more cleanings. If you have a candle business, make more candles. If you're a speaker, speak more times. We have someone coming up next year. She's going to be a speaker for the nurses convention. I need you every month. I need you to find an opportunity, even if it's an Instagram live, a LinkedIn live, a Facebook live, or all the above. I need you to practice. So here's number one. Here's number one. If you're taking notes, you want to write this down. How to hear yes more often. Number one is to ask more people. Number one is to ask more people. What I've learned over the years, that if out of 10 people, one person tells you yes, the guaranteed way to hear 10 yeses is to tell 100 people. That's simple math. 1 to 10 ratio, 10 to 100 is the same ratio. Tell more people what you do and ask them for their business. A lot of us are telling people about what they do, but we're not asking them for their business. What's the difference? If I say, hey, I'm Bruce Hill, new skills, new you. I believe one new skill will change your life. That's cool. That's cute. Thank you so much for telling me that, Bruce. I'll talk to you later. Bye. It's a little different when I say, hey, my name is Bruce Hill, new skills, new you. I teach sales skills to entrepreneurs. How can I help you grow your business? Now you got to think about it. Well, actually, you know what, Bruce? I've been hearing a lot of no's, maybes. I'll think about it. I'll call you back. Anything but yes. If you've been hearing anything but yes, put a 2 in the chat. If you've been hearing everything but yes, put a 2 in the chat. If you're hearing yes all the time, look, I'm going to hire you right now. I'll hire you right now. If you get 100% yeses, I'll hire you right now. If you're hearing anything but yes, put a 2 in the chat. I know it's not just me. Look, I'm going to put a 2 in the chat. There it is. Listen, y'all gonna get the smoke today. Listen, I've been doing this for 15 years. I've done it wrong, I've done it right, I've done it wrong, and I've done it right again. So I'm gonna tell you how to do it right so you can do it right the first time. I'm gonna save you 15 years of trouble, of headache, of trauma. The first thing you can do to hear yes more often is to ask more people. The more people that know what you do, the problem you solve, the value you add, the more people can tell you yes. Some of you are shy. I don't want to post too much. I don't want to email them too much. I don't want to bug them. Listen. If I get bit by a poisonous snake and you have the antidote, I want you to bug me. I want you to bother me. I want you to interrupt me. Excuse me, sir, it's 2 a.m. I've got the antidote for you. If I'm poisoned, I want the antidote. Interrupt me, bother me, wake me up. And a lot of us are shy, and it's understandable. You've been taught to be reserved. You've been taught to be meek. But I promise you, somebody who needs what you have, they're not going to be upset that you reach out to them. They're going to be happy. You know how many people pay me $5,000, $7,000, $10,000, and they thank me? That brings me to number two. Number two is asking the right people. Write that down. Ask the right people. I ask a lot of people, and then I ask the right people. I used to sell cars. And that's where I became a sales professional. That's when, let me pause. I'm going to interrupt myself here. A professional is someone who practice. They practice until they can't get it wrong. So I've sold for years, but I became a professional when I started to practice with the intention of getting better. I got a coach to help me get better. And I studied to help me get better. That's when I became a professional. That's why I'm confident to teach you. And over the years, I've had over 10,000 in-person sales presentations. I've had over 100,000 sales phone calls. I've raised over 8 digits, that's 10 million, tens of millions in revenue. And so now I help entrepreneurs increase their revenue, hear yes more often without sounding salesy. So everything I tell you has been tested. I've already tested it. You don't have to go test it. You could just get it right the first time if you run the play, all right? Just like the Navy Federal play, you could have applied to 20 banks. There's so many banks, right? PNC, Truist, Chase, Wells Fargo. You could have gone through all the banks, but you just got straight to the right one because you run the play. That's what I want to help you do. So number two is ask the right people. Let me tell you a story. When I used to sell cars, some old country bumpkins walked in, and I say that as nicely as possible. They literally had overalls on. I don't know anybody grew up in the South. They had overalls, no shirt on. Okay, there was country with an entree. Now, the sales consultants there, they went to talk to the men. They went to talk to the men because that's an example of an implicit bias or a gender bias. That's not what this conversation is about. And I was watching and I was looking, and one of them had a different swagger. And so I went over to talk to her. It was a woman. I said, hey, how can I make the most of your visit? That's actually number 4, but we're not going to skip steps. So how can I make the most of your visit today? She said, Bruce, you got a FJ Cruiser and I want it. I said, yes, ma'am. I went and grabbed it. She looked at it. She didn't want to test drive it. She's like, Bruce, she was like, if I turn the key, will it start? I said, yes, ma'am. She's like, if it starts, will it run? I said, yes, ma'am. She's like, if it runs, will it keep going till it runs out of gas? She's like, Bruce, I want it. Run the paperwork. She snapped her fingers, and one of the men looked over. He hopped up like he had fire in his britches. If you ain't country, that means he moved with a sense of urgency, okay? He ran out to the car and he got a little lunchbox. And in this lunchbox was $40,000 cash. I don't know how many of y'all have seen $40,000 cash. I have. It wasn't my $40,000. And so she said, Bruce, she was like, this is for the car, and I'm gonna trust you to give me the change. I said, yes, ma'am. So I had my business office counted. I had to give her the title, and she drove off. 60 minutes, top to bottom, she bought the car. What did I do that was magical? What special words did I say that made her buy the car? None of the above. I ain't special. I ain't magical. I talked to the right person. Some of you are not having success in your life or business because you're asking permission from the wrong person. Look at my hair. Look at my hair. I ain't cut my hair. I got this filter on. I ain't cut my hair in about 8 years. My locks is down on my back. It'd be very tough for you to sell me a razor. It'd be very tough for you to sell me clippers. They could be the best gold-plated, handmade, black-owned. I don't care. I'm not cutting my hair. You're asking the wrong person. But if you say, Bruce, do you need some shampoo? Oh, now all of a sudden I'm the right person. Man, I go through shampoo bottles like toothpaste. You got to ask the right person. If you ask the right person, you're going to hear yes more often. I haven't even taught you any sales techniques yet. I can do that. I've done that. I'm going to keep it so easy. I'm going to keep it so simple that anyone listening to this can go take it and apply it to their life today. I'm going to pause right there because I'm in a good mood. And I want to make sure y'all get it. Do we have any questions, any comments, any concerns? All right, I'm rocking and rolling. Number 1, ask more people. Number 2, ask the right people. Number 3, ask more often. Ask more often. What does that mean? Sometimes I'll talk to people and they're like, man, you know what, Bruce? That sounds pretty good. That sounds all right, Bruce, but you know what? I'm not ready to buy. Now, if you ever work with me, if we ever had the pleasure of working together, I don't teach you how to convince people. I can. It's not effective. Long term, I just haven't found it worth the energy it takes. I just ask a question, which is number 4, but we'll get there. I say, well, when do you want to make this happen? And they'll tell me, Bruce, I get paid next week. Okay, great. They'll tell me, Bruce, the budget resets in August. Okay, great. They'll say, Bruce, school comes back in September. Okay, great. Sometimes we're asking the right people, or we're asking enough people. We just got to ask them more often. Sometimes the answer isn't yes, it's later. When we ask more often, we catch them when it's later, and later becomes now, and now becomes yes. Sometimes all they need is a little bit of time. One of my favorite stories, I used to work for a software company out of the UK. And I called this guy, it could have been January, February. I said, hey, we offer a solution to help you raise revenue, increase your revenue for your company. Do you want to get started? He said, no. Boom. February comes around and said, hey, want to increase your revenue for your company? You ready to get started? He said, no. Okay, boom. March comes around and said, hey, people have worked with us. They did 1, 2, 3. They got ABC. Would you like to be another one of our success stories? He said, no. What comes after March? April. April comes around and says, hey, it's Bruce again. Are you happy with the revenue quarter over quarter? It's a new quarter, new revenue goals. He said, I'm good. May comes around. Said, hey, it's your buddy Bruce. Son, did you forget about me? He said, no, Bruce, I didn't forget about you. I was like, all right, I'm going to ask you again next month. He said, all right, Bruce, I'll talk to you next month. June comes around. I said, hey, would you like to increase your revenue and the efficiency of your sales team? He said, you know what, Bruce? I lost a bunch of people. I need the people I have to do more. How do I sign up? A lot of people aren't going to ask somebody 6 times. They're not going to ask somebody 6 months. Bruce, I don't want to be annoying. Bruce, I don't want to be bothersome. Bruce, I don't want to harass people. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If we're asking the right people, we're not harassing. If we're asking the right people, they need what we have to offer. If we're asking the right people, they'll tell us, hey, this isn't our problem anymore, in which they become the wrong person, right? They'll say, hey, we found a solution. Thank you for reaching out. But he didn't say that. He just said, not right now. He just said, no, thank you. So I keep asking. I keep asking until they tell me I don't have this problem. As long as you have this problem, I'm going to keep asking you. And that's what separates us from people that harass you. Maybe you've called Comcast before and you're like, hey, my internet's out. And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, your internet's out. But did you know you can get 140 channels for just $39.90? Right? You're like, no, that doesn't solve my problem. That brings me to number 4. After we ask more often, after we ask the right people, after we ask more people, are we asking better questions? That's number 4. Let's ask better questions. And what's interesting about this list, they're not, it's not a hierarchy. It really needs to be all of them. I want to know, are you asking better questions? What do I mean by that? A lot of us, maybe you have a partner, maybe you have a spouse, maybe you have kids. The kids is a perfect example. You never want to ask kids, are you hungry? That is a useless question because they'll tell you no, and then 16 seconds later, will ask you to go to McDonald's. Tell me I'm lying. Somebody who has kids knows what I'm talking about. That's not a great question. What do you want to eat? That's a better question. What's the difference? Write this down. Closed-ended questions can be answered yes or no. Closed-ended questions can answer yes or no. Closed-ended questions are for confirmation. Are you hungry? Yes or no. Are you sleepy? Yes or no. Want to go to this concert? Yes or no. I use those towards the end of my conversations. I use them for confirmation to make sure I've understood what we've discussed. I use those very sparingly. About 20% of my conversation is closed-ended questions. Better questions, write this down. If you're not driving, please drive safely. We want to see you again next week. Better questions are who, what, where, when, why, or how. Better questions start with who, what, where, when, why, or how. Those are called open-ended questions. I just got a message. He said, my battery is dying. Don't give him too much more sauce. Now you're going to get all the smoke. Listen, if you take what I give you and you put it into practice, you make more money. I guarantee it. I don't have any lawyers to tell me different. I guarantee it because I've done it over and over and over again. Open-ended questions are better questions. What happens when I ask open-ended questions? What do you want to eat? They say, you know what? I'm really not that hungry. I'll let you choose. You know what? I haven't had any good Chinese food for a little bit. Let's grab some Chinese. You know what? I'm feeling West African. Let's grab some ngusi soup with a pounded yam. Those are better questions. If you're selling a product or service, I want to ask open-ended questions. I talked to someone yesterday. That's why I love what I do. I ain't got to even make nothing up. I'll just tell you. She's a trainer. It's about $1,500 to work with her, $350 a month if you break it down. And I said, it sounds like you have a solid sales process. Check it out. What do you need help with? That's an open-ended question. That's a better question. She said, well, you know what, Bruce? I don't know what to say when they tell me no. I said, okay. How does that make you feel? She said, well, Bruce, I feel like I can help him, but I don't know how to help him. I said, yeah, okay. But how does that make you feel? She's like, I'm frustrated. This is my ideal client. They're in front of me, but they're not working with me. I said, now I ask a confirmation question. If I can help you hear yes more often, does it make sense to work together? She said, yeah. So now we're working on a plan so that she hears yes more often. When you work with me, I teach you sales skills, but I don't want you to be a salesperson. I don't want you to be a master manipulator. I don't want you to be a killer closer. I just want you to be you, the authentic you that hears yes more often. So I make sales skills simple. That's new skills, new you in a nutshell. And so I just do the 5 things I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you the 5th one right now. That's the 5 things I teach you. When you want to hear yes more often, I'm going to ask more people. I'm going to ask the right people. There's no point in asking Bruce if he wants scissors. I don't want scissors. I'm the wrong person. I'm going to ask more often. Hey, maybe this is a bad time. Do you need shampoo? No, I washed my hair yesterday. I'm good. Hey, it's been a week. It's a lot of hair, y'all. Sometimes I let it be 3-4 days. Somebody with hair know what I'm talking about. Do you need some shampoo today? Yes, I do. I'm going to ask more often. I'm going to ask more often. And I'm going to ask better questions. Hey, Bruce, do you like your hair? That's a stupid question. I ain't cut it. Hey, Bruce, how can I help you love your hair? Ooh, that's a good question. And what's really great about what I teach is you don't have to convince anyone. If you're talking to the right person, you just got to help them the right way. But you know what? Some people aren't going to work with you. I'm just going to let you know. Good news, bad news is some people are going to tell you no. Here's what's really interesting. Those are the best referral partners. Number 5, ask for referrals. Ask for referrals. Hey, Bruce, do you want these Black-owned platinum trimmers? I don't. Bruce, do you know someone who does? Well, actually, yeah. My best friend of 25 years has been bald for 20. That's a good referral. If I call him up and I tell him, hey, you need to buy these razors, he's gonna pay. He's gonna give you the money. We've been friends for way too long. I was there when both his twins was born. Look, I introduced him to his wife. You don't think he gonna take some razors if I tell him to get some razors? Some of us are talking to the wrong person and we stop. If we find out they're the wrong person, we need to ask them for the referral. And we go right back to the beginning. And we're going to ask more people. We're going to ask more of the right people. So, Bruce, you don't need any razors. I see you haven't cut your hair in a while. Who do you know that needs a razor? You know what? My pops is bald and my brother's getting there. Talk to me about these razors. I'm going to ask them for a referral. What's really crazy is the people that don't spend money with me help me make the most money. And I don't convince anybody. I don't have to. If you have to convince them, they're probably not a great client. They're not going to do the work. They're not going to show up. And then when they don't get results, they're going to blame you. I don't convince anyone. I find the right people and I solve the problem that they have. That's another training for another day. Those are the 5 steps I have and I practice over and over and over again so that I can hear yes more often. And I've got story after story after story on how I make this work. For example, number 1, ask more people. I was asked to train a sales consultant. This was back when I was selling cars. And they're like, Bruce, he needs some help, get his numbers up. I'm like, all right. I'm looking at his numbers. Every 10 people he talked to, he sold 3 cars. That's phenomenal. I don't know if anybody's ever been in sales. That's a 30% close rate. That's phenomenal. Meanwhile, I was closing at 10%. That means I talked to 10 people, I sold 1. Why am I training this person? So I watched him. Talked to some people, went on a test drive, went on a test drive, sold a car. Boom. This guy's gold. What's going on? He disappeared. He literally, not figuratively, disappeared. He wasn't in the break room. He wasn't in the parking lot. I could not find him. He was gone. What I found out was once he sold a car, he quit working. He didn't ask more people. And so then I went back and looked at his numbers, and over a month, he talked about 40, 45 people. Okay? He talked about 40, 45 people. And so what happened is he would sell 10 to 15 cars. Meanwhile, I would talk to 100 people, 200 people, and I would sell 15 to 20 cars. Was I better than him? Actually, the opposite. I was not. I just asked more people and I was more successful than he was. Now, what's really good is I learned to ask better questions. That's number 4? Somebody stay with me. And so then I started, I could talk to less people and make more sales. And so I did both. I asked more questions and I asked better questions and I went crazy. And the top 100 in the company, back-to-back President's Club, I was doing numbers. Because I asked more people. So even if you never get any better than you are right now, you can be more successful. You can ask more people. Well, let's say, you know what, Bruce, I got a job, I got kids, I got a lot going on. I don't have time to ask more people. Well, you can ask better questions. I was talking to a client, though, recession-proof member, just dope. And she was already doing 6-figure years as an entrepreneur, which is phenomenal. You know, that's top 15% nationwide. And And I'm trying to get her into my sales program. She was like, no. I was like, but sales. She was like, no. And I was like, but sales. She was like, no. I was like, but sales. She was no. I was trying to convince her. And this is why I don't teach y'all to convince people. I tried to convince her and it wasn't working. Eventually, I got frustrated and I accidentally asked a better question. What did I tell you? Open-ended questions, right? I said, well, how can I help you reach your goals? And I was frustrated. I was almost being sarcastic, right? Why are you here if you're not going to sign up? She said, well, Bruce, I saw you talking at this event and I have some events coming up and I want to talk like you. Do you do any speaker training? I'm trying to sell her sales training. She needs speaker training. I had to ask better questions. I was like, yes, I do actually. She's like, cool. She signed up for two packages, paid in full. Let's go. Ask better questions. I want you to be an authentic version of yourself, but I want you to be that version of yourself that makes more money. That's why I don't have slides, because some of y'all were driving. That's fine. There's so much value. I want y'all to tap in. But if you don't take away anything else from this conversation, ask more people. That's the takeaway. If your Wi-Fi dies, disconnects, your battery drains, ask more people. Let more people know what you do. Let more people have the opportunity to tell you yes, and you're going to make more money. It's that simple. Now, if you want to work on the mechanics, you want to work on the details, that's where Bruce Hill New Skills New comes in, right? I have a 6-week program. It's a new skills sales program where I go through, okay, Bruce, what questions do I ask for my business? What happens when they say no? How do I get the confidence to charge what I'm worth? I'm not giving away all my goods and services for free. So we cover that over the 6 weeks. If you want to work with me one-on-one, if you want to hear yes more often, you can visit brucehill.online, not .com, not .net, brucehill.online, schedule a free discovery call. And we'll talk about how I can help you grow your business. I'm Bruce Hill, New Skills, New You. It's time for questions and answers.
Thank you so much, Bruce. Oh my gosh, that was so much valuable.
Thanks,
Thank you for pouring in. So, any questions, guys?
I keep it pretty simple. I'm gonna never have questions because it's so simple. Like, you really just like, no, I get it. Okay, I'll go do it.
I don't have any questions, but what you were saying really is very simple. I was a retail store manager, and the ask more questions is, it just reminded me of something that we did, and that was keep the customer thinking about you, because every month when you call them, they're like, okay, yeah, because eventually they may need something, or, when you present to them, whatever. So that was really good, because I never thought about it in that way. Like, just ask more questions. It's the same thing.
That's number 3. Ask more often.
Keep yourself on the top of their mind. Yeah. And so that was good. Thank you.
As Valcourt says, she's medical scrub owner. I want more sales for target artists is key. Right. You got to ask the right people. I don't want to ask someone that works at Subway if they need scrubs. Probably not going to buy from me. Right. I want to talk to what? The nurses' assistants, the phlebotomists, right? They need scrubs. Those are required uniform. Those are the right people. It's so simple, y'all. I don't do trick questions. Man, listen, you got to understand, I spend about 10 or 20% of my income on personal development. I read 50 to 60 books a year. I attend 5 to 8 conferences a year. We could get complicated. I could talk cash to you on a PhD level. But what I found is most effective, it needs to be so simple to do, it's silly not to do. I want it to be so simple to do. So you go in and like, man, I did what Bruce did. Look, I made a post. Did you see the one, Christina? I made a post last week. I was like, look, ask better questions. Same thing I'm teaching y'all. It's the same thing over and over again. I've been teaching the same thing for 3 years. I said, ask better questions. Somebody posted a comment. He said, man, Bruce, I tried what you said yesterday, and it doubled my order value. I was like, yes, sir. Let's go. It's so simple. It's so simple. And that's what's so beautiful about it. It's almost unfair to you not to do it. You ain't got to go back to school. You ain't got to lose weight, gain weight, quit your job. You just do it. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Listen, I'm telling you, if you go to my page, you go to brucehill.online, there's two options. There's a discovery call, and there's a coaching call, and that is just $5,000. And it will charge you. Ask your questions now.
I have a question, Bruce.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
is it better to get on a call with your potential client, your prospect, versus like, letting your website do all of the heavy lifting for you? Because I'm like kind of like an automated person. So I just, let the landing page do all the work. But is it better? Like, do you think that I could increase my scales by booking more calls with more potential clients?
Yeah, great question. So Christina's wondering what's the most effective way to onboard new clients, okay? And what's said about this question is asking, is peanut butter and jelly better than grilled cheese? All right. Some people, I like peanut butter and honey, okay? So let's say peanut butter and honey and grilled cheese. Some people love grilled cheese, but some people are lactose intolerant. Does that mean it's better or worse? No, it's not right for you. Here's something, and this is actually something I shared with the trainer last week. I like to get rid of the discovery calls. And if any of you have a high ticket item, I strongly encourage you to write this down. This is going to make you a lot of money. I like to get rid of the discovery calls. I do two things. I do a video about 7 to 10 minutes. I tell them what the program is. That helps the different personality profiles, the greens and the blues. I say, hey, here's what we're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I tell them what the benefit is. What's the outcome? If you're here and you want to go here, and that helps the reds. I'm sorry. The different colors are a personality profile called the DISC profile, DISC, if you want to look it up. And that helps the reds who focus on the outcome. So they watch the video, and then they do a survey. I like to have a survey, a jot form, a questionnaire, and it's usually at least 10 questions. All right. So I want to know, how long have you been an entrepreneur? I'll say 1 year, 5 years or more. What's your most expensive product, right? 1,000, 5,000 or more. And I'll ask them these questions that I would have asked on the discovery call. And shout out to Callan Lee, Black owned, the founder's Nigerian. He has a route. If they answer certain questions a certain way, you can send them to a course. If they answer in a certain way, you can send them to a sales call, and that's where I close. So one of the clients that I mentioned earlier, I don't take discovery calls. When people get on the phone with me, they're prepared to spend some money. And I don't want to tell all my business, but it's got a comma in it, okay? It's got a comma in it. And so that video to the questionnaire to a sales call is about 30 minutes, has worked really well. So I cut down the time I'm on the phone. I cut down, my commitment to be in front of a computer on any given day. And I know that if I'm talking to someone, it's generally someone who's ready to spend some money. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does, Bruce. Thank you so much. And I'm not sure if anybody else has other questions, but I know that some people here in this community, they are doing digital products. So
okay.
One member she just finished her ebook. Another member is finishing up a course. So do you have any tips or tricks that you could provide to them when it comes to, them selling these digital products?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful question. Selling digital products starts with creating a digital product. And I have asked myself a very simple question. I love good questions. If you ever tap into my trainings, your question over and over again. I ask myself a very simple question. What do I want them to do, think, or feel because they've ingested this product. What do I want them to do, think, or feel? So, for example, I wrote an ebook and it's called How to Write an Ebook Without Typing a Word. What do you think that ebook's about? It's not a trick question. I don't do trick questions. I'm a teacher. I don't do trick questions. I want you all to win. If I told you I have an ebook on how to write an ebook without typing a word, what do you think that ebook's about? Somebody come off mute and tell me.
The steps to do that.
Say it louder.
The steps to do that.
That's it. It's how to do it. Okay. I have another ebook. It's 10 things that you don't need to start a business and 10 things you do. Somebody come off mute. Tell me, what do you think that ebook's about? It's not a trick question. I don't do trick questions. I have an ebook
All
called
the
10
do's
Things
and
You
don'ts
Don't Need
you
to Start a
need.
Business. Huh?
All the things you need, the 10 things you need and 10 things you don't.
That's it. One of the biggest things I see when people create digital products is they don't have a clear outcome. They don't have a clear outcome. They don't have an end result. So when someone buys it or they don't buy it because they don't know what it is, y'all think of these clever titles, these plays on words, alliteration, rhymes, and puns. No one knows what it's for. So my humble opinion to sell more ebooks or any digital product is to have a clear outcome. All right, I'm going to give you my $27, my $17, my $47, my $69. What do I get? And it's not, the answer is not the ebook. It's the outcome, the impact, the change to their life. The clearer that is, the more people that'll buy it. Simple. So my advice to you when we talk about selling digital products, it's just have a very clear end result. And then go tell people, right? Number one, ask more people. Go tell people that aren't at the end result. So, hey, so if I tell you, 3 simple steps towards your what do they call it? Your beach body. I'm going to tell it to people that are not comfortable putting on a bathing suit. Right? That's number 3, asking the right people. But a lot of people are like dieting and exercise and they'll say some credentials, right? I'm a certified nutritionist. That's good, but I don't care. What's the end result? Love what you look like in the mirror. I buy that ebook. Double your investment return. I'll buy the ebook. 10 things you don't need to start a business. I'd buy that ebook. When you focus on end result, it makes it much, much easier to sell the product, whatever the product is. Great question. That's a phenomenal question. What else we got?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
So you said ask the right people. How do you find those right people?
That's a wonderful question. And it's actually very simple. What do you do? What problem do you solve?
I do credit repair.
Okay. So the right people are people with bad credit. Next question.
Yeah, that would be the right people, but how do you find them?
You ask.
So just straight up ask, do you have bad credit?
Yes.
Or what is
I promise you it's so simple. I do 3 things. I'll say, hey, if your credit starts with a 6, 5, or 4, shoot me a DM. I ask.
Oh, I'm opposed to that.
Now, if you're ambitious, I will go to dealerships, car dealerships, and I would talk to mortgage brokers. I say, hey, I want everyone that you declined this month. Now, you got to be careful depending on the laws, but it's a, hey, listen, for everybody, the best way to do it is a referral program. I can't pay you. I can't legally pay you for those names. Give me the names of everyone that was declined. I'm going to get them right. I'm going to send them back to you.
Okay.
And then the third one is ask for the referral. And I say, hey, excuse me, you just bought a house. Congratulations, by the way. Awesome. Do you have some friends, maybe family members that can't buy a house? The answer is always yes. Yeah, listen, do me a huge favor. Give them my number. I want to help them buy a house so they can hang out with you. So you can go to their house for me. Does that sound good? Yeah, that sounds great. Awesome. Thank you so much for your help and for helping me help the people you care about. It's easy. It's so
I
simple.
get you. Just be more straightforward.
Yeah. People can't tell you yes if you don't ask them.
Okay.
That got me through the slump. I just asked more people. I was terrible. I was absolutely god awful as a sales professional. Oh, Marie said, what about real estate? That's a good question, but it's not a great question. And I'll talk about this. We talk about number 4. It's asking better questions, right? So real estate is broad, right? Are we talking residential, commercial? We're talking international. That's always fun. I have someone who specializes in luxury apartments. That was real estate. So Marie, Ms. Negrin, the first question I would say, what type of real estate? I would ask you a question. And to help me answer your question, I do need that answer.
Okay, let's go residential. Well, no, let's go commercial.
Commercial?
Commercial.
Okay.
Commercial.
Are you leasing these to businesses or are you selling the building?
Both.
Both. Well, that's 2 questions then. But the answer is very simple. I would go to anyone with a lease and I would say, hey, instead of paying the lease, how would you like people to pay you? That's where I would start. You're paying a lease. How would you like people to pay you? Now, what's really funny is some people are like, no, that sounds awful. That's fine. They're not the right person. Most people, though, are like, yeah, that sounds kind of nice. What do I do? And then you say, hey, well, I'm here to help you. Let me think. What's the other thing? I would also go find established business owners, people doing at least $250 a year in revenue and been in business at least 5 years. And I would say, hey, what are you doing with your extra cash? And they'd be like, I don't know. I save it, invest it. And I said, okay, well, what if I told you there was a tax protected investment that also paid you? And they'd be like, what do you mean? You say it's commercial real estate. That would be the second place I look. Very few people are going to tell you, no, I want my cash to sit there and earn negative 5%. Inflation is crazy right now. If I told you you could take your money and invest it, not only do you get tax break, not only is it tax protected, but in commercial real estate, it can earn you income. Very few people are going to tell you no. The people that are going to tell you no are probably people that aren't the right people. They just don't have the cash. I hope that helps. I do this all day, y'all. Give me some more. Come on, give me some difficult ones.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Gary.
How do you sell yourself? Because
Ooh.
like maybe your product, maybe what you have isn't so much a product or something that's really tangible. And as people, a lot of like, for instance, in consulting or advising people, how do you go about selling yourself as a person to, because even with the question that Marie just asked and everybody, is like, at some point you have to sell yourself because people want to be invested with you. They want to be in business with you.
So this is actually one of my favorite things to teach. It's really personal professional development disguised as sales training. Yes, I help you increase your revenue. Yes, I can help you overcome objections. Yes, I can help you hire a sales team. But at the end of the day, I know that if we help you level up, your whole business levels up, which is why, I'm glad you asked, I created the personal development bundle. You can visit New Skills, New You on Instagram or Facebook. And it's the second link in the bio. And it includes sales made simple, confidence made simple, productivity made simple, and overcoming imposter syndrome. And when you work on you, everything else is up. I promise. And it's for the low price of $49.00. Go grab that. That's a great place to start.
I have a question.
Ask your question.
Before launching your product, what are the best ways to get people already kind of create sales before actually launching whatever it is that you're about to release?
Oh, I'm a terrible person to ask this question. I'm glad you asked. I don't before anything. I launch a new product every week. There's no pre-sales, there's no announcement, there's no waiting list. I execute. And it's been helping me win for the past decade. I'll launch a product, and I have products ready for sale that no one even know about, and it's just, which is a problem in itself. I need marketing people. Sales, got you. And so what happens is I'll get notifications and people will buy things. I'm like, how did they even know that was there? People cannot buy it from you if you don't put it out there. So if you ask Bruce, new skills, new you, I'll say, launch it, press the button, hit print, and then go tell people about it. Go build an email sequence, go build a sales funnel, go announce it, get it. But my advice to you is get it done. Because and here's where I win over and over and over again. If I have some money, I'm like, man, I really need some sales training. And Bruce Hill, New Skills New You, has a sales training ready right now. And someone else, I'm gonna use Christina. Christina says, I have a sales training coming out next month. I'm gonna spend my money with the person who's ready right now. Success loves speed. Even though Christina's sales program is probably better. It's probably well organized. She probably has some nice graphics. She's probably got a customer service team on the back end. But 30 days from now, you're already at work with Bruce and you've already made more money. Now they love Bruce. People love me because I help them make more money. No one gets mad at Bruce. They're like, man, Bruce helped me make money. Bruce is a good guy. He ugly. Oh, that's okay though. My advice to you is launch it today. Press the button. I hope that helps. Next question. I feel like a radio DJ. Caller number 9, you're live. Man, I love this. Can y'all tell? I'm sorry. Like, I love helping people make money. If y'all do what I say, I guarantee you, I promise you, I assure you, you're gonna make more money. And that's why I'm here. And I'll be back. I think
I do have one more question.
Ask me 2 more. What you got?
Okay, so when you're in sales, how do you know your audience when you're selling?
Okay, first of all, everyone's in sales. Everyone's in sales. And if you don't believe me, try and get your kids to eat vegetables. That's a tough sell. So it goes back again. What problem do you solve? Peter Drucker, one of the pioneers of business philosophy. Peter Drucker says the purpose of every business is to create and keep customers. And one of my first, listen, I'm on number 11. One of my first profitable businesses was Speak Well. And I taught people communication and presentation skills. And I remember my first $100. I finished helping actually, Christina, I think it was a nurse. She was working on moving to admin, and I was helping her with her interview and presentation. And at the end of the session, she asked me, she's like, how much do I owe you? $100. I don't know. I made something up. And she's like, oh, that's all? And I was like, damn. Some of y'all are undercharging. That's another conversation. So she reaches in her purse and she brings me out 520s. Like, here you go. I was like, oh, snap. People will pay me for this. One new skill will change your life. Because and I didn't think about this, but if I helped her get from 80 to 180, you think that was worth $100? That's a good deal. Now, what does that have to do with my target audience? So first of all of you are in sales. You might be selling Sales isn't about money. That's another training I do. Sales isn't about money. So your target audience is the people who have a problem you solve. So Peter Drucker said the purpose of every business is to create and keep a customer. Well, what do customers care about? They want to increase their happiness, or they want to remove the pain, pleasure or pain. Every decision you've ever made is based on those two principles. So I increase your pleasure or I reduce your pain. And they'll trade you their time, energy, attention, or money for that. Those are the four currencies: time, attention, energy, or money. So the problem I solve is that you have a business and you want people to pay you money. The problem I solve is getting people to trade their money for your business. That's the problem. So how do I find my target audience? Well, it's people with a business. I don't help teenagers get into college. I used to help people get jobs and interviews because there's some transferable skills. It's not a huge priority. I don't help people find the love of their life. I don't help people save money on vacations. I help entrepreneurs and small businesses, service-based businesses specifically, increase their revenue, hear yes more often without sounding salesy. So whatever problem you solve, work backwards. Who has that problem? That's your target audience. That was a long answer. That's a good answer. I promise.
That makes so much sense, though. It reminds me of just creating your avatar, right? Creating your ideal avatar for your, for your target audience. Who are you going after?
And that's so important to have a clear avatar, because I have an associate. She sells luxury candles. She's not a great client for me. I have another friend of mine. She sells t-shirts. She's not a great client for me. I have another associate, the young lady that's speaking about the trainer, right? She sells a virtual training package. That's a great customer. That's a service-based customer. It's more than 1,000. I can help her succeed. I have a caterer. She does high-end catering, right? It's usually $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 contracts. I can help her win. The more clear you are on the problem you solve, the easier it is to find people that have the problem. And what Christina said, this is why she's your coach. Listen, just do what she says. You're gonna win. It's having a clear avatar. Having a clear avatar. There's people I tell no, hey, I can't help you, or I won't. Maybe I can, but I won't. And that's so important. That's where I say again, it's not about the money. Making money is really the easy part. We make it complicated. So go find people who have the problem you solve, and the rest is easy. Very few people will be like, hey, I've got the antidote. I heard you got bit by a snake. I have the antidote. You want some help? They're like, They're gonna, yes. Give me the antidote. Quit playing. Go ahead, Ms. Kayla.
Earlier, I was driving, so I wanted to make sure I get this written down. You mentioned my 2 homework assignments, actually 3 homework assignments, which I wrote down. Do a live.
I always have homework if you let me.
I'm always down for homework. Give me something to shoot for. But you mentioned an organization or association as far as like public speaking.
Yes.
What was it?
Toastmasters.
Toastmasters?
You got it.
And you said somewhere I can find a contract, or just write up a contract for that speaking engagement?
You can Google it. Black Speakers Network is nice because they'll send you opportunities every month. And that's worth the trouble right there, because you ain't got to go looking for them. But they also do weekly and monthly trainings that are invaluable. Shout out to Black Speakers Network. Shout out to Brian Olds. They have been an invaluable resource for me as a speaking professional.
Awesome. Thank you.
The pleasure's mine.
Oh, I'm gonna tap in with that Black Speakers Network.
Oh, I thought you already were.
No, you didn't tell me that. You left that one out.
No. You definitely need to tap in, because you can hop in the Facebook group, especially as a woman. Some of the women speakers are dynamic there. They women be getting it done, y'all. All this misogyny in this country that drives me crazy. Like, y'all don't realize this country wouldn't be here with it wasn't for women. Cut it out. And shout out to Black women just because.
Exactly.
So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, tap in. The Facebook group is solid. They hop in a Clubhouse. It'll bring you exposure. It'll help you grow as a speaker. It's I can't say enough good about it. And it's like $350 a year. Or if you want to break it down monthly, it's way underpriced, overvalued, underpriced. It's phenomenal. So any speakers, tap in.
All right. Thank you so much for coming and pouring into the community. I really, really appreciate it, Bruce. So you could find Bruce on Instagram at New Skills New You. You see his logo right there on the screen. And then can you tell them your website again?
I'm glad you asked. Guess what? It's newskillsnewyou.com. You can't miss it.
Yes, he's well branded. I love it. So just some quick homework for you guys. We have a book club. We have a book club Zoom call on Friday here on Zoom at 7 p.m. We are reading the book How Successful People Think by John C. Maxwell, and we are on chapter 2. It's only 10 pages. So meet us here on Zoom on Friday, 7 p.m., same link, so that we could be masterminding together and talk about chapter 2. And then next week, we have a guest speaker. His name is Brandon Anthony Clark. He is based out of Silicon Valley. You like him, right? So he works for a company called Thrive, where he teaches financial literacy and he teaches different tools in order for you to build wealth using an IUL, which is an Index Universal Life Insurance policy. So the stuff that he's going to be teaching next week is just phenomenal and invaluable. So you don't want to miss next week's masterclass here Wednesday, 7 p.m. Any last questions or concerns or anything? Thank you so much for coming, guys. And thank you for being engaged and asking questions. And we really appreciate you, Bruce, taking out time on your busy day, busy schedule to come in and teach us sales skills.
Thank you for the opportunity to serve. I appreciate y'all staying tapped in. Man, listen, just go do it. I promise you it'll make you money. I absolutely guarantee it. And I want to see y'all win. Y'all in good hands. Christina's helped me out a lot. I had 5 mini courses, and I mentioned them earlier, and I had sold 1 or 2. I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't nothing to brag about. And she called me up one day yelling. I was like, why is she yelling? She's like, Bruce, you need a bundle. I was like, what? She was like, you got some courses, put them in a bundle and sell them. I had to sell the next day. All you got to do is listen to her, y'all. Look, that's my accountability partner. I probably owe her some money at this point. All right. Whatever y'all paying her is not enough. Stay tapped in, but don't just listen. Don't just learn. Go execute. And the only result is you're going to win. So thank you, Christina, for the opportunity to serve. I'm cheering for all of y'all. Y'all in good hands.
Thank you so much, Bruce. And thank you to everybody. Have a good night. Be well with your family, be blessed, and we will see you on Friday. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.